The military offered me opportunity.
I'm used to helping folks. I'm not used to getting the help.
Probably all of us have the same thing in common, that there's a void that happens.
Learning about myself and figuring out my new life.
You don't know if you got a problem until you know you got a problem. Being here, like with these dudes, the pause in time, because at the end of the day, when we can say we're awesome. Oh, we're so awesome. Like, because when we meet up with homies that we haven't seen in a while, they say, "What you been up to?" I've been up to good. You don't want to say you've been up to no good, right? And it's like, well, I've been up to no good. Been sitting alone, or you know. Nah, that's what it is. Like, no, that's what it is. You sit alone.
It wasn't weakness. Any of us here has ever thought about it before. Why did we think about doing it? Because our families would be better off. We're trying to protect somebody else, not to have to deal with us.
It's the barrier you put up around yourself that keeps everybody out of your life and puts you right by yourself. You don't trust nobody. You don't listen to nobody. It's just you and you alone.
It's just like this. Click, you're a warrior, turned it on. Oh, going on leave. Click, turn it off. And now you have to conduct yourself like nothing ever happened. That's impossible, man. You're one with that rifle. That rifle becomes an extension of your arm. When that rifle is taken away and put back in the arms room and you're given your DD-214, that's it.
There's a lot that is not perceived clearly or is perceived one way, but in reality, there's a whole host of other reasons or difficulties or situations going on behind the scenes.
This is how I see myself. This is me when I'm in a black hole. This is me dealing with everyday life. PTSD. I've always known I've had it. Never got treated for it. I've just suppressed it. My yellow is a happy, bright time. Helping others. I love to do it. I've always thought myself as a servant, but in the long term, should have been helping myself too. How a veteran perceives their self from the inside, as you can see on my mask, is it's a whole lot different than we got on the outside.
Was a gentleman that came in and he said it straight up. He had anger issues and he was full of fire, all right? And I said, wow, this man right here is really hurting right now. When he started painting his mask, he came up and he started talking about his mask, and you could see how healing already took place in him, where his opinions of how this whole weekend was going to be just stupid, where now he's being uplifted and he's receiving the encouragement that he needs, not only to help himself, but once he gets on fertile ground, he's able to reach back and pull someone up that needs the same help. I see that, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Presenting my mask to the group was definitely a challenge for me. Personally, it's stepping into that emotionally vulnerable state.
Inside of your mask is inspiring, like having a smiling face on the inside. On the inside of mine is something that is dying, something that's rotting. And that is something that I don't necessarily want in my life in any way, shape, or form anymore. That's one of the reasons why I'm really, really happy that I came here.
When we do different activities and, you know, people let their guard down when we're doing things that are fun. And it's an opportunity to just to relax a little bit and open up. And it provides an avenue to open up later when things get really deep. Veterans are our brothers. We help each other. We have each other's back, and like it's important for each one of us to know that we're not alone, and whatever we're going through, whatever that fight looks like, we're here for each other.
We're not in this alone. We're all we have. We're all each other has.
Being here, we can sit there and talk about the things that we did and everything that we shut down at the world and are told to keep shut down and swallowed. And a lot of times you eat enough food, you're full. Well, emotions, the mentality and all that, it may not be food or liquids or drink, but that's a lot of stuff that you have to keep swallowed, and you fill up after a while. And when it does burst, 90% of the time you take it out on somebody that does not deserve it.
The first night that I spoke, I was able to open up because I could see that other people can identify with me and understand exactly what's going on internally. And that was extremely refreshing. Like the reason that I stay at home and secluded is because the world, I feel, it does not understand me.
Ended up in the Army because just driven that way because like I wasn't listening at home. I was just doing all the wrong things. I moved out and started framing houses and quit school, and then ended up signing up for the Army. But it was like July. It was like before September 11th happened. And then September 11th happened after I'd signed up, you know. Holy shit, we're going to war.
Some left, they physically came home and they were alive, but they left a great part of themselves in that war zone, and it was their innocence. You can't unlearn these things.
Only people that have been there and done it and experienced understand what you feel. That loneliness in a big group, or can't sit with your back to the door. You can't go into a big group. I have this years. I love music, love concerts, but for 20 years or more, I couldn't go to a concert. If I get in a big group of people, all I'm doing is checking you out. Are you a threat? You know, where's the threat? How I get in? How do I get out? What am I going to do if something happens? I'm constantly looking at people and deciding, are they friend or foe?
I feel like since I got out of the military that I left a lot of guys back that I wish I would have kept in touch with, and some aren't here anymore, and if I'd have just kept in touch with them, maybe they would have been. So it's my buddy, my best friend, I think we're gonna die together. It's very possible.
Hopefully not from your driving.
not from the driving. No.
I tried to fight it all those years alone because I didn't want to be made fun of. I didn't want to be judged. I thought to myself, nobody's got time for my bullshit. Everybody else has got their own problems in life they're dealing with. So I honestly believe that's why veterans do it. We just don't want to bother nobody. We don't want to be looked at as we're weak because we're meant to be strong. We went to war. So we just choose to fight it alone, and unfortunately, that's not the way to do it.
Coming to a retreat with other veterans, it energizes you. It puts you back in your atmosphere where you were so much successful, where you were actually a hero. You were helping people.
There are veterans that need to know that it's okay to not be okay.
This retreat has showed me how to really present myself and not be ashamed or afraid to be who I really am. It has given me an avenue to talk about what I've done, what I've experienced.
The team effort, and that is what we've all been missing. I think that when you come back home, that this should be an SOP kind of thing. Like, it should be standard that every one of us goes through some sort of, not just demobilization, but a decompression period. We should be able to heal somehow, even if we're not even sure what those wounds are.
I've got to do something different than what I've been doing every day. It's taking a toll on my health, more than people realize. And I just don't honestly know how I can keep going day to day any longer. I'm not getting any younger. And the longer I don't deal with it, it's going to take its toll on me. And I need to be there for my kids and my wife.
I'm really happy that I came here. It's because I don't feel like this is really what's going on anymore. I feel like, I don't know, I've been looking for a medication or something like that for years, and this seems like it could be it. So, thank you.
We're eating right now. Not just all that good food they got going on up there, but we're getting that soul power.
You want to get better, so this is just like a step in the right direction.
Bigger veteran group means more possibility of finding those answers.